Thank you for joining me. Let's jump into this. The hidden cost killing growth mature companies, bad hires, misleading teams, and weak partnerships. Something I see very common across all corporate businesses. Being involved in some ASX listed companies, I see this a lot, that are always pivoting and shifting and trying to make a better presence of their actual work culture, not just particularly what you see online, but their work culture. And believe it or not, it's done through content on your social media and your professional pages like LinkedIn. So jam out on it. You think you're scaling, but you're actually leaking cash, talent, and trust. So videos touch base on this quite a lot. And if the content that you're putting out on social media isn't actually how it aligns with your team to somewhat degree, you will find that you're just leaking the cash on a lot of things. You're attracting the wrong people that actually want to come and work with you because they're so misled with what you've produced that you need to balance up what the brand and business stands for and who we are as a company and workers and employees, and making sure that all crosses over with one another, because there is the business element and there also is the marketing element, and we need to keep those two in line when we're doing this type of content. Most people think strong revenue means the business is healthy. One thing I've heard from a book was your business might do well during the times when people are spending money, but when economies become tight and your business isn't doing well, you don't actually have a successful business. You were just getting money because people were spending money. And, the strong revenue is generally what we think when we have good revenue, but it's really not a healthy business, because when that revenue comes to a halt, and we see it a lot in retail space, where we run Black Friday sales or we run discounts and Mother's Day and Father's Day, we become addicted to that spike in sales. And it's really, really important to not become addicted to the spike. It's about always making sure that line is always in growth and it's in healthy growth. So the mistake is assuming growth hides the cracks. And in your team, in your margins, and in your partnership. So, we've got to be really understanding to all these moving parts in our business, and it's really important that we do it correctly, so we're not just addicted to the revenue, and we've got money bleeding at someone else, and we're just, we're thinking we're growing, but we're really not, because there's so many other problems happening within the business. What that leads to is wasted payroll, constant firefighting, and missed high leverage opportunities. We think we have money to go, we think we're growing, but we're really not, because the team isn't ready at the bottom end, the marketing team's not understanding what's happening, the founder's got some other genre in their head about, all this money coming in, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to hire these type of people. But it's all about bringing that back and then starting from ground and building that up again. So I'll run through 4 key points here, which are really, really important. You don't have a hiring or partnership problem, you have a positioning problem. Like fishing in the wrong lake. The people you attract reflect the clarity or confusion of your positioning. So really, really important that when we come online, A, we want our social media content to look good. B, we want our work environment to look good. And if we're going to do anything behind the scenes or events, we want to make sure that that comes across correctly so it all aligns. There's a bigger umbrella to look when we look online. We tend to think viral views equals sales, but it's not. It's understanding how do we position ourselves as a polished, high-end business that operates professionally with the right environment and attracting the right people. And you have a positioning problem when you're not attracting that people, and then you're also just constantly repeating yourself and wondering why this is happening. And then you see sales coming, you're like, nah, it works, don't worry about it. But you haven't really fixed the problem at the bottom end. Number 2, misalignment happens when roles are filled reactively, not strategically. We love this one. It's like building a puzzle with pieces from 5 different boxes. Build your arc, your org chart for where you're going, not just who you need today. So ultimately, I love this. I use it in my business. I hire people who are smarter, who are brighter, who have a different mindset to me. I like to bring that difference in because it makes me think about it in a different way. And it's really important that you do that, because I strategically hire these people that are better than me or understand something more than me, because that's the missing piece that I have. I don't have time to investigate it personally. I educate myself in that space, but I ultimately bring people in that are going to strategically help my business and bring the best out in me, the service I provide, as well as the best in themselves to further their career. As we always know that people are always looking for more growth, more out of who they are as a person. The wrong partners will cost you more than no partners at all. Bad partnerships are like a tug of war. You both lose momentum. Vet based on shared vision and execution spread, not just prestige. So it's really, really important that the partnerships that you collaborate with on a business scale, B2B, or as in the public's eye, need to be really in line with who you are and what you're about, because you don't want to be doing content and marketing strategies with a company that has no alignment with you, or when you go to attract someone new, they might be like, no, that doesn't work for me. But you know, at your business, it didn't work either, but you did it because you're addicted to that revenue thinking of growth. Number four, we're at what you tolerate quietly defines your culture publicly. Culture isn't written, it's revealed by what you let slide. Audit your leadership, blind spots, and unspoken rules. Such a great one to touch base on. This is really, really important. If you tolerate it, well, you've made it leak into your business, and you just don't want that to happen. You ultimately want to be making sure that what you are as a business owner, you want to be making sure that everyone aligns with that to some degree, and there is that cross-pollination happening. It's important because that sets a standard. It sets ultimately the culture for your business in the office, online, in the content space world. There's a lot of things to actually look about when you look at your business as a culture and being online. And it's important to remember that. It's a really, really important that it defines your culture's publicity. What you attract tells the truth about your positioning. We want to believe that, we are good at what we do. I have mistakes, just like you've seen on this video. It's easy to read off a slide, but to touch base on a personal level, that you want to be in the position where you attract the right people that want to come and work with you. They see what you're doing, they see what you're about, they see what you stand for, and that just positions you differently, because you ultimately have people from the community that you've built and the brand and business that actually want to be part of it and can see the shift and change in that. And that's really important because it can resonate a lot with people on multiple levels, and you just need to keep that front of mind when doing your content or hiring your team, or making sure that what you're doing aligns with how does it position us in the market. So for me, these videos are positioning that it's an asset, as well as it's educational, and as well as me giving back. I'm just sitting here in my studio, reading through some slides, speaking about what I see. Hopefully you understand it, and that way it just gives back to how I position myself. I position myself as someone that gives all this information. If you want to book with me, yes, there is a page below. If you want to touch more base on this, or you want to ask me questions, or there's something you're unsure about of what I've said, it's there for people to be able to always digest and see. It becomes an asset. It becomes who I am. I touch base on many different sort of subjects around this. So it's important to understand how you do your content, how you do your culture, and how the public eye sees it. If you got any value from this, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Send me a message. If there's something else you want to know about, let me know. If you want to jump on a call with me, book below and we can have a bit of a chitty chat and run through your business and where you feel like you're bottlenecking with your culture to how you appear online.